Welcome back. Here with me to talk branding and how to use social media as a tool to do so is professional model Jordan Love. Give him some love. Actor Elijah Booth. And our audience co-host of the day, and she will introduce herself.
Yes, my name is Shania Sanchez. I am an event curator, also the founder of Black Lounge, which is highlighting, curating events centered around artists of color.
Okay. So today's conversation, obviously, like millennials, for the most part, use social media. We have Instagram, we got Twitter, we have Snapchat. We're using all these things. We're doing various things like modeling and acting and curating events. How do you use social media as a tool to further where you are in your career? Or how have you used it?
Well, I feel like social media is a good outlet for all of us to pretty much be connected with one another, especially with like the Explore page on Instagram and being retweeted on Twitter and reblogged on Tumblr, whatever the case may be. And I think it gives opportunity for everyone to see each other's work and be able to be there in a sense of not really being there physically, but far.
Now, if y'all don't know, Jordan has been in Everybody's Fashion Week, has been in Beyonce music videos, has been in Kalani music videos. Like, he's out here working. So how have you used like social media specifically, like to further what you want to do?
I think for me at least, certain things on social media inspire me. Like, I like to go on there and see what other people are doing and learn from someone else, and kind of like be inspired in a way. But it's also a way for me to reach out to other people and see what they do like. And I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Word. What about you, Elijah?
I feel like, from my personal perspective, it's really helped me connect with my fan base more and with like people that support me. But just as of recently, it's allowed me to close a pretty big business deal. Like the last film that I worked on is called City. It comes out in 2018. And I basically booked that job because the director of the film DM'd me. He slid in my DMs.
DMs
and was like, yo, let's work together.
See, it can be more productive than just hooking up. Use it for work.
Oh, yeah. I try to make my foundation when it comes to my Instagram feed, mix with work and my personality,
You know what's crazy is that I was telling the production team today, this is the first time that we're meeting. I met Elijah on Instagram. I was like, oh, like he's lit. He's on Luke Cage on Netflix. Like, this show is lit. He's lit. Like, let's just collaborate. And now, like, look, you're here. Yeah. Shania, what about you? How has like social media helped you in terms of like your event curating?
I think social media is the it tool when you want to find people that you want to work with. And I always think that when you're passionate about something and you have like a creative baby, it's difficult to find creative partners. But then seeing someone's Instagram feed or their social media presence is like the precursor of getting to know that person and what they're passionate about, what they're capable of, and the creativity that they use themselves to brand themselves. So it's great.
Now, a lot of people, there's a lot of social media apps out right now. And some people feel like, I need to be on Twitter, I need to be tweeting, I need to be on the gram because I need to do this. And do you find yourself becoming overwhelmed with the idea that you have to be present on all these platforms?
Yeah, I'm always overwhelmed. Like, sometimes I have to throw my phone to the side after I post a picture because I'm like, I don't even want to think about, all the likes or like whatever the case may be. But I think once you find out what social media outlet is for you, you can pretty much run with that. Like, I've seen people grow from just watching them go from like a couple followers to a couple thousand and so forth and so on. It's like once you find out where you can work and what is your, it comes natural to you. Like, some people can tweet and be able to tweet what's on their mind more frequently than some people that has an eye for photos, and that's Instagram or Tumblr. So once you figure out what works for you, it's much easier than what you think.
So you shouldn't be out here trying to be on every sort of social media platform just to be present, but finding what specifically works in your lane.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you should force anything. Like, if you got it, you got it. If you don't, some people don't. Frank Ocean on Instagram or tweet, so he's still making it.
That's right.
I feel like I know. I mean, that wasn't shade to Frank. That wasn't shade to Frank Ocean. I'm saying that to say that like that's a whole nother conversation. But he's just like disappeared because of people kind of gave him this like Lauryn Hill like level of respect, where like you've been gone for so long and we're waiting for something. But that's a whole nother conversation. So we're not even gonna get into that. So the next thing that I want to talk about is how much would you say social media has, like you mentioned, you said that you got a deal off of just someone DMing you. Do you have any like accounts or stories in which you've like reached out to someone via social media to like collaborate on a project and it turned into something completely different?
Not me personally. I mean, you know what? There has been moments when I have reached out and connected with various like other industry professionals, like writers, producers, and directors. But I mean, other than that last business deal that I did, nothing's come from it. But it does work though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we should be doing that more.
Oh, definitely. Don't be afraid to reach out to these people. I feel like, you know, when it comes to models and these like social media influencers, I don't think it's enough to just tag Vogue or tag these publications in your pictures. You need to find out who works for these corporations and for these publications and reach out to them directly.
Do you use a content calendar at all?
I do.
So if you don't know what I'm speaking of, so one of my friends, he literally like one day we were having lunch and he showed me this folder that he had. I was like, what is this? And he's like, yo, I literally plan out like my posts from Monday through Friday, like what, so like Mondays will be like this theme of something, and then Tuesdays will be like for this, and I know like what my schedule will be for, and maybe that's someone, or maybe those are the people who like really have like taken it to, and Jordan's like, yeah, that's a little bit much.
Whatever floats your boat, you know. I think that's,
like,
I think
yeah,
that's
you're
cool.
doing
I mean, organized people. Some people need that organization, or you're too busy. So like, that sounds cool. I'm interested. So.
He's like, a lot. I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank you for being here. Shania, thank you for sharing the stage with us. Right after this, we'll return with our special guest of the evening, Justina Valentine. We'll be right back.